If you've saved over $1 million and you're wondering whether or not 60 is the right time to retire, then this video is for you. Today, we're going to explore the real data, strategic planning strategies, and how our proprietary Red Zone retirement planning process turns theory into action. And by the end, I promise you, you'll understand why 60 could be the most strategic time to retire if you've hit that $1 million in savings mark. Most retirement advice is built on fear. What if you run out of money? What if the markets collapse? But with the right process, $1 million opens the door to possibilities that most people don't know exist. Let me start to break this down for you. According to the Federal Reserve data, the average American between the age of 55 and 64 has just $408,000 saved. The median balance? It's only $134,000. For those 65 to 74, those numbers edge just a little bit more. So if you have $1 million saved by the age of 60, you are far ahead of the curve, and you're positioned to do what most people can't even imagine doing in retirement. But here's the twist. Most financial conversations stop there. Most advisors say, keep working, keep going, you need more money. Wait until at least 67 to retire. But retirement, it's not about scarcity. Neither is our planning process. This is about an optimization time for you. My goal with the clients that we work with is to never have them work a day longer than they have to. And with our proprietary Red Zone retirement planning process, we shift the mindset from scarcity to abundance in retirement. So instead of asking, how much more do I need? We ask our clients, how can we make the most of what you've already saved? How can you enjoy the retirement that you've always dreamed of before it's too late? This exact moment, when you cross that $1 million threshold, is where strategy matters more than hustle. It matters more than another paycheck or another year-end bonus. You never know how much longer you have. And if you're delaying your future goals, you might miss out on them altogether if you wait too long. Age 60 isn't a gamble. With the right plan, it's a well-timed move to transition into retirement. Understanding this $1 million reality, it's critical. But also knowing the 3 retirement phases, it will reveal to you how to spend your money earlier on and why age 60 creates unique advantages for you. So let's talk real numbers here quick. Using a rule of thumb, a standard 4% withdrawal rate on a $1 million portfolio, it's going to give you around $40,000 of income annually. If you also have $30,000 coming from pensions, real estate property, or even part-time work, that's $70,000 total. Plus, we haven't even scratched any Social Security benefits that you have. For many middle-class Americans, this fully covers the lifestyle expenses that you'll have in retirement. And because your withdrawal rate is modest, your money can potentially last 30 years or more. Now, I don't suggest that you live by the 4% rule. Your spending probably won't go in a straight line in retirement. There's a better way to do it. This is where our Red Zone retirement planning model breaks retirement into 3 phases to enhance your future retirement. The first stage that you're going to enter, let's call them the go-go years. This is from age 60 to 70. This is where you're traveling a lot, spending time on hobbies, having adventures. Your leisure spending is high at this time. However, once you transition into your 70s, we call that the slow-go phase. This is where you have a more stable spending pattern. You're at home more, just doing ordinary things each and every day. Your leisure spending starts to slow at this time. So we strategically plan on our clients spending more in the go-go years than they do in the slow-go years. And then in your 80s come the no-go years. This is where you have very little discretionary spending and you're just living a very modest lifestyle. But medical costs can be higher at this time. That's why it's very important that you bulletproof your retirement from those future medical and long-term care bills. By forecasting your needs across these stages, we ensure that the money that you have supports when and how you want to spend it. Doing this enables you to spend far more money earlier in your retirement than later in your retirement. Spend it on things you enjoy in those early go-go years. And here's a very hard truth for you to hear. Waiting can cost you more than you think. Many people delay retirement only to face unexpected health issues or energy decline that prevents them from truly enjoying it. Tomorrow isn't promised to you. I've seen far too many clients work just a few years longer, only to miss out on the most vibrant phases of their life. That's why we focus so much on maximizing your early retirement window, so you can travel, move freely, and experience life without delay. So please, don't wait to live the life you want to until your 70s. Enjoy it if you've saved responsibly enough. I think the biggest benefit of retiring at 60 is that you really get to enjoy these go-go years when you're the healthiest. If you wait, you might grow your balance slightly. Sure, what's the cost? You're missing your best lifestyle years. In my opinion, that's not worth it. Our process shows how that $1 million can create sufficient income, but the tax optimization window reveals why age 60 creates some very unique advantages for you. You see, from age 60 to 73, you have up to 13 years before required minimum distributions begin. That window is the most powerful tax planning opportunity you might ever get your entire life. If you retire early, your income drops. This creates room in lower tax brackets to make those all-strategic Roth conversions, where you move pre-tax money into Roth accounts and you lock in today's low tax rates. This can save you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in lifetime taxes. Most people are going to miss this window if you're still working into your mid-60s. Using this income fills up your tax brackets, leaving no space for conversions. And once your RMDs begin, you lose control over how much income gets taxed each and every year. Our Red Zone retirement planning process builds a year-by-year tax strategy during this window of missing work income. We estimate the ideal conversion amounts, match them with ACA subsidy eligibilities to keep your healthcare costs down, and prepare your future tax events like IRMA penalties to keep those Medicare penalties in check. Now that you understand these key retirement realities, I want you to go to the questionnaire in the description below, fill it out, and I'll personally send you a video analyzing your specific situation and show you how to optimize the retirement plan of your dreams. I want to briefly hit on Social Security. It can be more than just a passive income stream. It can be a powerful planning lever. Retiring at age 60 gives you flexibility to delay claiming your Social Security until 70. Why does that matter? Because your benefit from Social Security grows by 8% annually after your full retirement age. It can be up to 70% more if you wait to 70 to claim it instead of age 62. If you bridge those years using your savings, you not only boost your Social Security benefit, but you also reduce your future pressure on the portfolio that you have. This is where we stress the importance of entering retirement with no debt and at least 18 months worth of living expenses in cash on hand. Doing this provides you flexibility to delay that Social Security benefit. Also, this increases the survivor benefits that your surviving spouse will get because the surviving spouse gets the higher of the two Social Security benefits. This is a frequently overlooked advantage. In the Red Zone retirement plan process, we treat Social Security like an asset. We model when to claim it, how it interacts with Roth conversions, and what strategy you can do to give you the most lifetime value. If you retire at 60, you take the risk off the table of passing away too soon and not enjoying your retirement, but you take on the risk of living too long and outliving your money. We can manage this risk by maximizing your Social Security benefit. This is a key to an effective retirement planning process. The Social Security coordination strategy, it enhances your retirement security, but the healthcare bridge strategy solves one of retirement's biggest challenges that's often overlooked. One very common objection to retiring at age 60 is health insurance. What do you do for the first 5 years until Medicare kicks in at age 65? With smart income planning, Affordable Care Act marketplace plans can be extremely affordable to you, sometimes as low as $300 a month if you get premium tax credits. But the key is to manage your income. In our process, we integrate income control strategies to help you qualify for these subsidies from 60 to 65 without sacrificing your tax planning. Of course, we're reviewing your COBRA benefits, special coverage options, and even retiree benefits from your employer when they're available. Your healthcare strategy becomes part of your entire financial plan, not a blocker to retiring early. We create this in continual process every year, so there's no gaps in your coverage, and you transition to Medicare with confidence at the age of 65. So now that you've seen how these retirement strategies can transform your retirement to what you want it to be, let's look at how you can implement this advice into your retirement plan. Let's turn that theory into action. In our Red Zone retirement planning process, we bring everything together with one goal: to design a comprehensive, custom, and sustainable retirement plan. And here's how we do it. With our clients, we want you to enter retirement with no debt and at least 18 months worth of living expenses in cash. And then what we do is we build a detailed spending map for you. We analyze what your needs and your wants are. Your needs are things like your housing, food, shelter, clothing, and of course your insurance cost. And what we do is we get those needs covered by fixed income sources like pensions, Social Security, dividends, rental income, or even annuities. And then the wants that you have in retirement, like leisure, travel, activities, hobbies, dinners with friends and family, we get those covered by variable income sources. So if there is a market collapse, at least your needs are taken care of. And then what we'd want to do is we make sure that we're running those tax projections each and every year. So we're looking at Roth conversions, ACA affordability, to make sure that we're not putting you in too high of an income tax bracket. Of course, with all of this, you have to coordinate Social Security, investment drawdowns, and your healthcare premiums. Along with that, You want to design your investment allocation along the different life phases of when you'll be spending the assets. So the money that you spend in the go-go years is going to be invested conservatively, the slow-go years moderately, and the no-go funds right away in retirement are invested aggressively. This matches your investment allocation to the phase that you're going to spend the money. Also, each and every year you need to set spending guardrails to protect against market shocks and, of course, overspending. Use your 18 months worth of cash on hand when and if necessary. Of course, you need to review the plan annually and adapt to any life or market changes that come on. This isn't a one-size-fits-all spreadsheet for you. It's a living plan that evolves each and every year with you. I map out this strategy extensively in my book, The Red Zone Retirement Plan. It's available on Amazon, or if you want a copy from me, just drop me an email and I'll gladly send one out to you. So now that you understand why the age 60 might be the perfect retirement age if you've saved over $1 million, the next step is to get a custom analysis done. If you fill out the questionnaire in the description below, I'll personally send you a video analyzing what's possible for you in your specific situation. You'll actually get to see how close you are to retiring earlier than you thought possible, and with more peace of mind than you ever imagined. Thanks so much for watching the video today. I'll see you on the next one.